Hi guys, Happy New Year, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane Dedicated. We're going Top Gun and we're going in the F135b. See you after the intro.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend the rest.
That's right, the F135b, we're going to take that out for a little spin. Wow, it is hard work, believe me. My son-in-law works for Rolls-Royce Engines over in Bristol, and he was one of the project leads on the engines for this and was going over to the States once a month, so I thought maybe it's about time I had a go. It's been a long time since I've flown military aircraft. I used to do military sims, Vulcan 4, etc, etc. So this is going to be a real test for me. I've been messing around with it this morning. I've been trying it out. It is really a handful. It's good fun. Landing is really hard if you want to try and do a vertical landing. I'm going to get into it, but first of all I need to tell you that it's a really complex aircraft. It doesn't look complex and the startup routine is easy enough, but there is a mass of features on this. Now, I'm going to go through the features list once we get into the computer and we have a look at what's going on. So this is a cap. This is a genuine F135b cap from Rolls-Royce Hamilton. You can see it there. I don't know whether you can read that. Rolls-Royce Hamilton. My son-in-law got me this from America, well, a couple of years ago when he was working on the project. Let's get into it and see what it's like. Here we have the F135b from A2A Simulations, or AOA Simulations. There's 5 variants of this aircraft. You've got the Italy Marina Militaire, UK Royal Navy, the United States Marine Corps VMFA 121 UMAR, then you've got the VMFAT 501 Beaufort, and VX23 strike test. So there's a number of variants of the aircraft in terms of weapons, paints, etc, etc, and there is also a default paint. Looking at it here, you can see it looks really nice. So I've got all the weapon pods are armed, etc, etc. Canopy's open, and well, what else can I say? Nice external modelling, but doesn't bear too close an inspection. But we'll just have a quick look at the cockpit. It is a 3D cockpit. Modelling and texturing is not that good inside, doesn't bear close inspection, but we have a canopy that is open and can be closed during the startup procedure. Just to let you know, there are a large number of manuals and guides for this. Got an 8-page HMDS mode guide, and HMDS is a head-up display, but it's on the helmet, so it's helmet mounted. Got a 27-page feature guide, which I'm going to go through a little bit in a short while. Just looking at this exterior modelling, from a distance the flags, logos, labelling all looks very good, but when you get in close, it doesn't bear close inspection. It goes a little bit blurry and a little bit fuzzy. We've got a 4-page setup sim guide as well, which is quite useful. And just looking at all these tabs and everything, they come off as soon as you start up, so you don't pull them off, you don't go to anything to take them off. Just coming around to the back of the aircraft, looking at the engine outtake, exhaust rather, it's all fairly good standard stuff. The modelling itself overall is good, it's just the decals, labelling, etc. doesn't bear too close inspection. I'm going to have a look at this 27-page guide in a moment, so we'll just leave you with the exterior view here at RAF St Athan as we move on. Okay, so I said that the F-35 Lightning II was feature rich. It certainly is. It's made by AOA Simulations, and as I said, it is incredibly feature rich. This is the manual, or should I say the guide. It's 27 pages long, and I'm just going to go through some of it, not all of it, but some of it, so we can have a look at some of the features. So first of all, we've got these quick access buttons, which are on the display here. You just click on a little menu, and these menus appear around the screen. So that's that one. A canopy opens and closes. It actually closes automatically as you start to taxi. There's a R2C and Taxi Look plugin, which means basically that as the aircraft turns around a corner, say onto a taxiway, it automatically moves in that direction, or the cockpit turns right, so to speak, so you can see down the taxiway. It's quite unique. Has to be set up using the setup. Usual stuff: auto gear flaps, smart gear handle, etc, etc. But moving down here, we've got weapons mode. So there are weapons on this aircraft which you can fire. The weapon system is off by default, but you can turn that on. You can track a target. There's a HUD display, but rather than a heads-up display, so it's permanently on the cockpit window, this HUD display moves wherever you move. So if you decide to look out to the right-hand side, you'll see the HUD display move with you because it's on your helmet. Okay, so that's the helmet-mounted display system. So basically, wherever you look, the HUD will be in that direction. Exterior lights. There are some flight restrictions. Maximum airspeed is 630 knots indicated. You've got a night vision camera, the smart speed brakes, ground collision avoidance system. If, for example, you're in an extreme situation, say you're heading for the deck and you can't get out of that situation, all the systems will shut down and it will automatically eject you out of the aircraft before you hit the ground. Quite handy. You can land on aircraft carriers. There's a tail hook. There's auto gear extend. You can dump fuel. There's vertical takeoff and landing. There are restrictions on that, which are written down there. There's a couple of neat cameras that when you go into the VTOL feature, a camera comes on which is below the nose of the aircraft, so you can see exactly where you're going to land. You can do in-flight refueling. And what else is there? You can receive fuel from any AI plane in flight. There's a distributed aperture system, which is once again the HUD display being anywhere that you look, behind, up, down, left, right. Automatic thrust vector control system, which you really do need if you need to land. If you want to land this, you can do it manually. You can adjust the thrust vectoring manually, but there is also an automatic feature as well. And then there's the over-the-shoulder internal gun as well. So huge number of features, as I say, 27 pages. I haven't read them all there, but you really need to go through an awful lot of this to get the full benefit from the aircraft. So I think that is that. There is also a quick start guide as well, which we'll see in a minute. Here we are inside the cockpit, so turn on the battery. There you go, just a couple of lights on there, the HSI artificial display, and then turn the APU on, to on, and then start, which is further to the right. It doesn't take very long to start it, you don't have to do an awful lot. You can hear it coming on now. Then just checking, still nothing on, so we need to turn on the avionics, generators and power, which is all on this panel here, just these 5 switches really. And we shall have a look at the multifunction display now. We'll see that it's all lit with everything on as it should be. Just turn that on, and there you go. So everything's lit at this time, and now we just need to start the engine. So push that lever up, and there's a button above it which you can't see very well. It's not very well modelled, but it is there. There is a button, so push that, hold that until the engines start. You'll hear them starting, and once you've started, APU is running at 100%, engines are started, then you can begin your taxi out to the runway. You notice the left hand MFD says manual there, so that's manual control of the thrust vectoring. You can put it onto auto as well, so it will it'll do all the auto vectoring for you, and you'll see that as I come back into land. Okay, so we'll begin our taxi out to runway 26. Just make sure there are a little couple of items turned on here, the GCAS, R2C should be on, it's showing off at the moment. We'll turn that on, and just checking the lights. You can see them indicating on the right hand multifunction display there. GCAS should be on, there we go. R2C is sim, so that's on, and I think we're good to go. I haven't the head-up display is on as well, which you can just about see on the bottom part of those multifunction displays. As I go into the cockpit view proper, you'll see that properly. Okay, so close the canopy, and there you see the head-up display, which is helmet mounted, so wherever I look, that HUD is there. There's a guide on that because there's quite a few functions available on that as well. So we shall begin our taxi to runway 26. I thought we'd already moved, but alas no. One final check and release the brake. There's the brake. There is a handle there, but in certain lighting conditions you just can't see it, which is really strange, and I'm not quite sure. More to do with the 3D modelling, but in certain lighting conditions you will see it. So here we go, runway 26 for our takeoff, and hopefully what I will do is I'll take out, fly over the coast, make a left hand turn onto a heading of 08, go downwind for a few miles towards the city of Cardiff, then come back on a heading of 26 and hopefully come into vertical landing mode. During that phase of flying, what I will do is I will put the vertical landing mode into auto as opposed to manual, because I've tried about half a dozen times today to land it manually, and it's not easy, believe me. So we'll do it automatically, so we'll just put that into auto mode. Right, here we go, we're taking off, runway 26 at RAF St Athan, which is only a couple of miles from Cardiff Airport, EGFF. You do not need to use full thrust on this aircraft. It takes off very quickly. It's a very powerful engine, so you don't need anywhere near 100%. I think something like 94. See the multifunction display camera coming on. That's the nose camera, which comes on when your speed is below 250 knots. So when you go above 250 knots, that will come off. Okay. So we're just heading out, we're heading back into runway 26. I've got the vertical landing now on auto. You can see that on the left hand side of the multifunction display there, it is on auto, and as I slow down below 250 knots towards hover speed, the aircraft will go into hover, and then you maintain thrust in the hover and descend using thrust. Now it isn't easy, I'll tell you now, it is not easy at all, and I've tried so many times today to get this right and made a complete mess of it, and this wasn't much better, I have to say. It was better than I had done many times before, but still not very good. And here I am just rolling out runway 26 at RAF St Athan. You see the nose camera there, that automatically adjusts in terms of your speed. So if you're in forward motion at say 220 knots, the camera will be facing ahead of you, but as you come into a hover, it'll go directly below you, so you can see where you're going to land. So there we go, F135B. It's $29.95, £19.71, and €27.92, and you can get it from xplane.org, and it's jolly good fun but hard work. So I wish you all a happy new year, and hopefully more vlogs to come. Take care, bye.